Hello and welcome back once again to the Salty Barrel Podcast. I am your host, Jaron Normal.
And as always, I am also the co-host, aka Peachman. You know, the classic.
And I would just like to say happy holidays, everyone.
What he meant to say was Merry Christmas. Yes, we're doing this. Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, you're probably
Merry
right.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you.
But I guess to all the not normal people, happy holidays, everyone. We hope you have a wonderful Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, etc. But, and New Year's, whenever it comes.
Before we get into the topic, I just want to say this whole happy holidays versus Merry Christmas thing is kind of funny because, people always say, well, we should say happy holidays because that's more inclusive. And if you say Merry Christmas, that assumes you celebrate Christmas. But doesn't happy holidays assume that you celebrate holidays?
Well, I guess. And also, Happy Holidays is more offensive than Merry Christmas, because with Merry Christmas is like, yeah, you're making fun of, like, you're only saying that, Christmas is the only holiday around that time. But when you say Happy Holidays, you're upsetting the Holocaust people. Happy Holocaust days. Like, it's quite offensive. You don't... Happy Holidays. Like, they start panicking. So... It just
What the fuck is this intro?
It's a wonderful intro. We're keeping this in. This is it.
We would also like to apologize for being gone so long. We were going to do a Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah, where do we start with that?
And even before that, we were going to do a Halloween episode. We never really got around to doing either of those.
I swear we did.
Well, we sort of did a Halloween episode.
Yeah, the thing is I'm not gonna lie. Some of it is more like kind of majority of all our fault, but there are some main reasons that are like some minor reasons. Well, the major is obviously we got lazy and we wanna. Sometimes we don't feel like sitting here, and like I don't feel like setting up everything. And the minor reasons is this. I'm gonna be honest, Jaron probably already forgot about this. Is we both got COVID.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention we did. Funny thing is, he came over my house one day, and...
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, he basically got COVID from me.
Yeah, he gave me, like, no warning. Like he kind of gave me a warning, which was like, hey, I'm feeling a little bit sick. I'm like, it's all right. Let me just, snuggle on. We were, like, hugging in bed and everything.
Okay, that didn't happen.
No, but, yeah, I got sick. I was feeling crappy Monday, felt worse Tuesday than Wednesday. I was just like, yeah, I can't. I think I got COVID. At least it got me a week off, but yeah, we couldn't do stuff for a while, and we're kind of back. Last week we didn't even feel like it. That's the worst part. Then I said, hey, we got to do this now. We're wasting time. So here we are.
And you're damn right we're back, because in today's episode we're going to be talking about something I've technically already talked about on the podcast too many times probably.
Yes.
Especially according to Beachman.
I mean, it's in the thumbnails.
Today,
yeah,
we're going to be discussing aliens. Are they out there? Have they come here?
I hate that movie.
Or are they...
I'm joking, yeah.
Are they probing us?
No. Do you feel any wider?
Well, I guess... let's not talk about that.
I mean, I do, because I'm like a fat guy who eats Taco Bell every week, but that's different. So why are they out here? I mean,
why are they out here?
No, I mean, no, we're not doing this in front of a live fucking audience of aliens. So where are you going with this? So are we trying to question, are they real? Are they fake? Are they just clip art?
Today we're basically questioning, not only are we alone in the universe, But if we're not alone, are they coming here?
Well,
I
they have probes.
I mean, I guess in that sense you could say they are coming here. But
Okay.
today we'd like to get into some stories.
Do aliens come?
Well, if they have babies,
I,
then they
I,
probably
I, I
do.
mean, I mean, like, is it like a machine? Like, they're so advanced. It was worth asking. So what are these? Okay, so you got stories.
Actually, a better question might be: do aliens celebrate Christmas?
I don't.
Do they believe in Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas? Or do they believe in Merry Holidays or Happy Christmas?
Wait. So is it like their own? So is it actually Santa, or is it just like an alien Santa called Gloopnock or something?
Gloop knockers?
Yeah, Gloopnock, and then you got Syphilbud or something.
Bunker babies?
Bunker.
Oh, you gotta tell them about that.
I don't even remember the whole story. What it was basically what we were talking about, like nukes or something. Oh yeah. So I was ranting about I think the new generation of Gen Alpha, and I'm kind of criticizing because I thought the Gen Z was bad. They're definitely gonna get a lot worse, and I was basically making fun of them because I'm like this is gonna suck. They're just gonna be so attached to like fucking iPads and shit. Like, what if we get fucking nuked or something? We're gonna put them in the bunker. Like, there's gonna be kids born in the bunker. They're just gonna be fucking bunker babies. Cause
you know that episode of Family Guy when
prom night,
it's the prom night dumpster babies?
Yeah, that's where I got it from. But the reason why
it's the Gen Z bunker baby.
But the reason why is because, like, what if there was a nuke, but it like they were there for like 10 years or something, like stuck in the bunker, and they just have nothing but iPads and fucking technology, so they're just glued to their screen, fucking little fucking bunker babies.
Instead of the little Fockers, it's the little bunkers.
The little Fockers.
You know the movie The Little Fockers?
Dude, is that like 90s, 80s? Sounds like something from...
I think it was like early 2000s.
I never seen it. I never heard of it. You heard of The Grinch?
Oh, never heard of it. Is that like a Samuel Jackson movie?
Oh, yeah. It has, Billie Eilish and...
Carl Denham?
It has Carl Denham, yeah.
Johnny Seymour Osborne.
I don't know about Seymour. I do know they have Seymour Butts in there. But nah, I haven't seen the movie.
So, anyways, I'm gonna be getting into some alien stories, some encounters.
Okay.
UFOs, abductions, those types of stories.
Okay.
So distract them while I'm looking for something.
Everybody thinks of unidentified flying objects whenever it comes to UFOs, but everybody always know that UFO actually stands for Uganda-filled orca. So that's quite of a fact. That
okay, we should probably get into the story now.
But you said you were looking for it.
Okay, I found it.
Uganda-filled orcas. You think they're gonna fry them?
Well, speaking of fried,
yeah.
Someone gets fried in this story.
Oh, okay. Were they pissing on the fence, like electric fence?
Well, someone was trespassing on someone's property.
Okay, all right.
Sort of, I guess.
All right, lay it on me.
So this story is called the Falcon Lake Incident.
Huh.
I know that doesn't sound like anything to do with the UFOs.
I was about to say, where do you know where this takes place? Is it real?
Well, the place is real.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna look up what
this isn't like a creepypasta.
Fiction or nonfiction?
It's in the maybe category.
Okay, fine. Just tell the story. Okay.
The Falcon Lake incident was an alleged UFO sighting on May 20th, 1969. 1967, not 1960.
Come on, baby, we do the 69, yeah?
At Falcon Lake, within Whiteshell
That's racist.
Provincial Park, in the Canadian province. Oh, so the aliens are Canadian.
Ah, is that why they're so stupidly nice?
Yeah.
I mean, they're nice.
Canadian province of Manitoba.
Makatoa?
Here, you read it. Manitoba.
I was about to say, should the guy that... It's funny, because I'm the illiterate one. Yeah, that's Makatoa, Toba, right? Yeah, Manitoba. Manitoba?
Okay, I think I'm more correct.
Fine, we'll just go Makatoba.
You're dyslexic
Manitoba?
ass.
Well, just call it Man. The place is called Man.
Wait, I think I just lost track.
Are you...
Wait, okay, now I found it.
Okay.
Province of Manitoba. The incident was investigated by various Canadian authorities, including the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Royal Canadian Air Force, the Department of Health, Department of National Defense, and American authorities, including
the Department of Health Department.
including the Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization and the United States Air Force. As a part of the... I thought this said condom at first. Condon Committee. The incident has been dubbed Canada's best documented UFO case by CBS News, and the world's most documented UFO sighting by Alice Obscure.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
Why are you giving me that look, like
Okay. Anyway.
like that weirdly sober, conservative redneck look?
I don't know. It's the main reason why is because I always wanted to debate with myself, like, all right, he's the one who did the research, but should I read it for him? Because you kind of sometimes I know I'm illiterate, but you read like a 2-year-old sometimes, like it's second grade.
Well, you weren't reading much better than me.
It was a word. It was Canadian words. We're American.
Okay, so this guy's claims. Stephen Steve Michalak.
What kind of name is that? Stephen Stain Michalak.
That sounds like everyone's grandpappy.
It really
that was
does.
in war.
From 1875, Stephen Stain Michalak, the man who discovered.
Maybe we should start making a drinking game out of this.
Dude, you don't drink. If we get alcohol,
You might bring me to this.
no, I don't want to be the cause of your downfall if you've okay. Just continue the
Anyway,
story.
Stephen Stephen Michalak,
Michalak.
also referred to as Stephen Michalak.
Just say just call him Stephanie at that point. Next, you know, with his brother Micheline Stefala.
Or Stephen Michalak. Fucking okay. Resided with his family in River Heights, Winnipeg, and worked as an industrial mechanic. He also was an amateur geologist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but we can't keep a straight face with this.
Why can't? Do you need me to read?
And would regularly travel to Falcon Lake as a prospector, searching for quartz and silver. Michalak.
I don't know why, but the name sounds like a cartoon name when when a teenager gets in trouble. Nicolak, get over here.
Get over here.
Clean the closet, Nicolak, now. You have 2 days suspension, Nicolak.
I know, it's almost like he sounds like a fictional character that you would make up that would say, I think I got abducted by aliens.
That's like worse than the names I make. J. Soar Hammonds or some.
Okay, we gotta keep this going.
Nicolak. Okay.
Mikulak had previously staked a claim in the Falcon Lake area to prospect for precious metals and left home on a long weekend in May 1967.
Okay,
he was
that
aware
makes more
that
sense.
quartz veins within the Precambrian portions of the Canadian Shield within Whiteshell Provincial Park yielded precious metals such as gold and nickel. Whilst inspecting a quartz vein embedded within the Canadian Shield strata, Mikulak.
What the fuck are you even saying? You wanted to do
Michalak, I don't know.
You wanted to
claimed he was startled by the sounds of a flock of geese.
You wanted to do
who
4
were
stories
agitated
about
by
aliens.
an object. According to Mikulak,
Best episode gonna be right now. This is gonna be the best one. Nicolak.
according to Michalak,
Nicolak and Mikolak. Then his father came in, Nikolai.
he looked up to see 2 objects hovering around 45 meters, 150 feet away from him,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
and emitting a reddish glow. He described the objects as cigarette-shaped things with humps in the middle.
I swear,
Mikulak
I swear that's.
initially assumed the objects were American experimental aircraft.
I swear I'm gonna pull some shit like that, like fucking. Hey man, what's your favorite artist? Oh, Mikolak. Don't you mean Nickelback? No, Mikolak.
One of the objects landed on a nearby rocky platform and took on a disc shape, while the other craft flew off after hovering in the air for several minutes. Michalak,
I can't get her.
while observing the landed craft, took time to sketch the object, which landed in front of him, for half an hour. Before deciding to approach the craft, he attempted to find any identifying insignia, finding none, and observed that the craft noticeably lacked any seams and noted the metallic surface appeared smooth, resembling colored glass. It was 10.5 meters, 34 feet in length, 4.5 meters, 15 feet in height.
What measurements are we using?
Mikulak.
Mikolak, Nickelback got a photograph. Oh, okay. Look at this photograph.
The landed craft also changed in color between gray and red, and resembled hot stainless steel, with a golden glow emanating around the vehicle. Mikulak recalled the recent... Wait, hold on. Mikulak recalled the scent of sulfur and the warm air emitted by the craft, and hearing the sounds of a wiring motor, as well a hissing sound from air being expelled. According to Michalak, he observed that the craft had an open door on its side, with bright lights, and within the craft he could hear the voices of individuals which were muffled by the sounds produced. Michalak claimed that the speakers sounded human with two discernible voices, one higher than the other. Michalak says he initially attempted to communicate with the Yankee boys in English
The Yankee boys.
and offered mechanical support. Assuming the pilots were experiencing mechanical difficulties, his exclamation silenced the talking he had heard. When he did not hear a response, Michalak said he attempted to communicate with the individuals in Polish, Russian, and finally German. Michalak claimed that he continued to interact with the craft despite the lack of a response and approached it donning his pair of wielding goggles as protection within the craft. Michalak claimed to have seen light beams and panels flashing various colors. The craft. Why are you giving me that look?
I can't take this serious. It's like, I don't know why. It's I don't know.
The craft appeared empty, and as he walked away, 3 panels slid in to seal the craft. And when he touched the craft, he found it so hot that the fingerprints of his gloves melted. Michalak says the craft then turned counterclockwise, revealing a panel with a grid of holes that emitted a blast of heated gas which hit him in the chest, blew him backward, and set fire to his clothing. Michalak says he immediately tore the burning clothing off as the craft flew away.
Huh.
So what are your thoughts on that so far?
First of all, I just want to give a shout out to my man Mickelback. Mitchellback. He's a real N-word. But I mean, I was gonna say you gotta give him credit for like trying to communicate with these things. Also, was there any like, have they ever even bothered talking about like if there's a landscape after or something? Because if there's like no evidence of any landmarks, because you know that's the whole point of the crop circle thing. That's like how you generically go with these alien stories. Because to me it just sounds like he was just using that as an excuse to trespass, piss in a lake, and then he got shocked by the fence, so he kind of just like, oh, the aliens. I mean, I don't know. Plus, whenever I always hear about the light thing, if it's on private property, how is no one else seeing us? Like, is it like super out in the field? Is it like around a house? So many details that are left out of the story.
Well, if I remember correctly, he was looking for gold or some shit.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
Not like private property.
But still, okay. So he was still out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. It's just like a generic restricted area.
Yeah.
Okay, when you put it like that, I guess. Okay.
So let's look at the investigation.
I don't know why I can't get over that fucking curse you, Nikolak. Fucking, like, I don't know. It's just sounds like something you would name, like you have a Dutch neighbor named like Nikolak.
So following the publication of Michalak's ordeal, he was
Michalak
questioned by the RCMP, representatives of the Royal Canadian Air Force, and other representatives of government agencies, as well as various members of the public and media, which were interested in hearing in Michalak's account. While initially dismissive, the search intensified with helicopters combing the area.
With helicopters coming. Okay.
Aiding in the investigation, various agencies, including the Department of Health, Department of National Defense, joined with the RCMP and Royal Canadian Air Force, RCAF. In the search, American teams, including the aerial phenomenon... Oh, fuck off.
The phenomenon.
Joined as well. I just skipped a little bit of that.
You want to do 4 stories?
We might get to 4 stories, I don't know.
I think we'll do 3. There's no way 4.
Alright, 3, I guess. Michalak was unable to assist in the initial search, having been so ill that he was unable to consume solid food. He was later able to assist with investigators as his health slowly recovered. Initial conclusions assumed that Michalak was hallucinating as a result of alcohol consumption. The investigation by the USAF ended in an inconclusive result. Both the RCMP and Canadian Armed Forces reports on the incident similarly yielded inconclusive results. The RCMP report emphasized their inability to explain Michalak's physical effects, burns, and the burned circles of vegetation from the site. So there is some evidence that something happened. He was burned by something.
Okay, so... But are you sure it wasn't the fence? Because was it like a certain type of burn? Like, were chemicals involved?
Well, I don't remember if they mentioned the fence.
Because there's some people... Lily mentioned how he got electrocuted by an electric fence, remember? Or is this another dude, because they both have similar names? Is this the same story?
I don't know. I should just continue.
So, we don't even know where the fuck we are. Okay.
But that's why people love this podcast. It's professionally unprofessional.
First, we gotta find love, though. First,
you have to find love.
We don't talk about that. Okay.
So, reports on the incident similarly yielded inconclusive results. Our RCMP report emphasized their inability to explain Michalak's physical effects, burns, and the burn circle of vegetation from the site. A substantial number of publications from the ensuing investigations exist on the public record. These include RCMP, RCAF reports on the case held within the National Archives of USAF files on the incident, as well as the Mayo Clinic.
Mayo Clinic?
Correspondence
White people hate this place.
by physicians attending to Michalak. Analysis of the site yielded unusual results, including a 4.5 meter, 15 feet circle of burned vegetation.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering.
In the site.
Okay.
Michalak claimed the landing occurred in the presence of highly radioactive elements within soil samples and clothing. Michalak had removed metal that was superheated, was found to have been melted into cracks of rock and exhibited high levels of radioactivity. The anomalous readings were subsequently uncovered to be due to a radium vein which was near the site.
Okay, so, well, I kind of get now. Okay, so it wasn't the end of the story. I thought you ended it before, so now I'm hearing that there's actual vegetation destroyed. I'm kind of understanding this. And plus, I don't know if that is possible. I mean, it might be possible for metallic material to turn into rock after it's superheated, so I guess it does make sense. But if it was superheated, wouldn't it just go right through them? Even men has a limit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it cooled off when it got in. So, but yeah. So that seems okay. Now we're, like I said, now we're getting some details. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Because it says they were attending to him, but
Now there were some pictures of his burn marks. I'll try to find them after reading this.
we can't show that, by the way.
I mean, maybe we'll show it in a thumbnail.
So you're just gonna have some burnt man on the screen.
Well, he's not completely burnt. It just shows like near his belly.
So we're still showing his scars. This is not a medical channel.
Okay, but we're still reading medical stuff.
Oh, okay. So a man gets his gets his penis cut in half or sliced off. Let's put a photo on the screen. Let's see what that looks like.
Just a minute. Okay, so this last part that I just read to you, the anomalous readings were subsequently uncovered to be due to a radium vein which was near the site. The hell's a radium vein?
Don't know.
A radium vein. Let me check.
Are you sure that doesn't say radiation?
Radium is a chemical element. It has symbol Ra and atomic number 88. It is the sixth element. Okay, well, I'm not going to read it.
So it's just a chemical, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Science never taught me anything. Then again, I never pay attention to science. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the end of the story. So man meets alien. Aliens don't say shit. Probably that's rude.
Okay, now let's read some of the skeptical reactions. Skeptics of the Falcon Lake UFO incident state that Michalak's burns were as a result of an accident stemming from alcohol use, and that his claim was in order to hide their cause in reporting the incident. Michalak would potentially dissuade any competitors from prospecting in his site. The subsequent frenzy by the public and media caused the reverse effect, however, with numerous individuals descending upon the site.
What is this guy, a fucking scientist?
So if he did lie about this, it didn't work for whatever this reason was supposed to be.
Well, then how does that explain the scars?
But that's the point.
Exactly. He just cuts himself? Like, no. That one's not
Suicide Squad.
That one's not a good reason. Next.
The pieces of
metallic.
The pieces of melted radioactive metal were purported by skeptics of the case to have been planted following the incident to solidify the hoax.
So you're saying he cut himself with hot rocks?
I'm not saying that.
I know, I'm the guy. It's like, what? I say that's why his glove is burned. I'm like, no, hold on now. I don't think a drunk man would have that much knowledge to just...
Imagine if the real story is actually more interesting. Like, he gets drunk from like 15 beers, and then he like goes into like a secret government base. He steals all this radioactive material.
What if it's super simple though, like so stupidly simple? It's like he was mining for ores and rocks. He found them. He celebrated, but he brought his daughter for some reason, and his daughter's like 3 feet away. The daughter's playing with a propane tank. She actually loosens the valve. He starts running towards the kid. It blows up. He's like, "No, that's my kid." And then he's just like, "I gotta cover this up." That's my kid.
Why'd you make him sound like a black guy?
I don't know.
That's my kid.
That's my kid.
Okay, let's read some more weird stuff.
Yeah.
John B. Alexander,
Okay, a more intelligent name. This guy must be American.
writing in the Journal for Scientific Exploration,
Mm-hmm.
states that some of Michalak's long-lasting effects,
Nope,
including
never mind. Yeah.
the skin lesions, which he claimed to be due to his exposure to the exhaust blast, were as a result of an allergic reaction. Alexander highlighted the inconsistencies within Michalak's testimony with regards to the event.
I want to point out that's stupid in a way. Just imagine you're just like, it's fake. Why do you think it's fake? You're just allergic to radiation. Aren't we all allergic to radiation? It kills us. What do you mean?
So here we have a new character entering the story.
Okay.
Aaron Sikolich, writing for the Iron
Aaron?
Skeptic.
Don't you mean Aaron? Is it Aaron?
It says Iron.
Okay, I think it actually does say iron. Wait, did I see the word McDonald's on there? Hold on. No, it's Michalak. Michalak looks like the word McDonald's for some reason.
Freaking Arby's.
Arby's.
Writing for the Iron Skeptic agrees with the alcohol use explanation. Michalak's inconsistencies in his testimony when discussing his interactions with Highway Patrol Officer G.S. Solotsky,
I can't tell if you're talking
as well
about
as the nature
Yeah, there we go.
of the drinks Michalak had prior to the incident were of note. Michalak's claim that he'd had nothing to drink all weekend was disputed by the bartender at the Falcon Hotel, who stated Michalak had drunk at least 5 bottles of beer the night before the alleged encounter.
My man.
Michalak's claim of his interactions with G.A. Solotsky are directly disputed by Solotsky's own report for the RCMP the night of the incident, which stated Michalak was reluctant to answer Solotsky's questions despite his visible burns, and possibly inebriated state. Almost said inbred. In claiming that he was victim to a UFO-related attack, Michalak could deflect attention away from prospecting competition on a site in which Michalak had already staked a claim. So what do you think of that all so far?
Could you read it again? I'm joking. So this guy doesn't believe Michalak, despite the fact the way he looks.
Yeah.
So you want like normal opinion, or do you want me to add on to my other bullshit scenario with the propane tank?
Okay, add on to the bullshit scenario first, and then give me your real opinion.
Okay, so it turns out 20 years ago, Michalak actually adopted that daughter.
Oh my God.
And he went up to, what was the other dude's name? Was it Salovic or? Solotsky. And he was trying to obviously prove the point. Solotsky's a smart guy, right? Or is he like a...
I think he was a police or an investigator.
So he had to obviously, put his daughter up for adoption because of his police work, hard times. I understand. But then after some DNA tests, because he was there, I bet he probably got some, I mean, he wasn't there, but he probably got some DNA samples. Went there, and when Michalak, I'm sorry, when Michalak came there, he trying to prove everything. He's like, I know you're lying. He's like, what do you mean? Selinsky was just like, because that's my kid. That's my kid. Michalak, astounded and drunk, stoked back and said, "Nah, that's my kid." Then the two fathers-ish, one father-ish with the other real father, collided with a weird radiation titan battle, merging them into Slickoback or something.
Okay,
Selinsky back.
Just tell me what your actual thoughts are on what I just read.
The worst part is that I know that I put more effort into my bullshit stories than anything else. So I think it's because the police let's be honest. I think the police officer, he probably just one of those guys who doesn't believe in aliens. So that, and he was obviously drunk. And according to the reports of the bartender, because he said he was thirsty, he hadn't had a drink all day or something. He had a drink 5 nights ago. So with all this police evidence plus a witness with a reasonable, statement, he's obviously going to be like I don't believe this. I know you're cut up, but there's no way that would make sense. You were mining for ores, and you probably just so happened to accidentally be a drunk idiot, hit the electric fence, and then I guess, or you put the ores near the fence or something. Any excuse, any reason just to say he's calling bullshit.
Yeah, because
the cop's just the cop is not there to be your friend. He's there to fuck you over. We know this. Some are good, but he just sounds like one of those bad cops who just doesn't give a shit.
So you're saying blue lives don't matter?
No. Hold on. No. I sound like that one guy. Anyway, no, cops, no, blue lives do matter more than black lives, but at least one gets the job done. One fixes one. We'll be right back. No, I'm joking. Yeah, all lives matter, obviously, but nah, he's probably just a bad cop who just doesn't believe in the situation. Maybe he had a bad night with his wife or something.
And also another point is, these people are criticizing Michalak for saying that he didn't have any drinks all week. Yeah. And then finding out, the bartender said that he had drinks. Well, maybe the reason why he might have decided to cover that up is because if he just told the police, I have had some drinks lately, then it would be harder for people to believe him.
I get that, but if they really want to add some more evidence, can we see the bar bill? Because that would clear things up real fast. I don't know if there's a credit card or this was 1960. Obviously, there's no credit cards, but you would still be able to show a bill of some sort, a receipt in some way, because there still were receipts back then, paperwork. Ever heard of a fax machine? They existed back then. So why?
Facts don't care about your feelings.
That is true. I gotta Google if receipts were made back in the 1960s now. Maybe another time. I don't know.
But that's pretty much it for that story.
Okay.
So we're gonna end this segment and move on to the next.
Now, not to be that guy. This has been 45 minutes.
Okay.
Are we really doing?
Look. How about we do 2 more stories?
Okay, 2 more. Is the last one short?
Okay,
fine. We'll do 2 more stories, but we won't drag it on because the reason why is because I literally come to Jared Normal's house every night, and it's
We should cut this segment though.
Yeah. We'll cut this segment, but it's like 2:00. Like it's like 2:00 right now, and I got shit to do. I gotta get sleep. So so we'll still do our stories. So we'll just do a quick cut. I mean, you guys won't even tell. Let's be honest. So we're just gonna cut this real quick.
And we are back.
And we're back.
So anything?
I was expecting you to talk. So yeah, and we're back, and so we took like at least a half an hour break while he was researching things. And okay, so we have our next story, right?
Yeah.
Can you speak in English?
Yes.
Okay, just Mickle.
So Mikkel. Okay.
Mm.
So moving on to our second story.
Yeah.
This story is called The Story of Robert Taylor, or the Robert Taylor Incident.
Mm. You said it was a short story too, right?
I think the story is a little bit shorter than the last.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. In ufology, the Taylor Incident, aka Livingstone Incident, or Dekmont Woods Encounter.
Don't you mean Denmark? Oh. Okay, whatever. Okay.
English.
Shut up.
Dekmont Woods Encounter is the name given to claims of sightings of sighting an extraterrestrial spacecraft on Dekmont Law in Livingstone, West Lothian, Scotland. In 1979 by Forrester Robert Bob Taylor. 2007.
Okay. Probably should have mentioned we have some tea here, so don't mind the clanking of the cups.
When Taylor returned home from a trip to Dekmont Law Dishveld.
We're pissing off a lot of Scottish people.
Screw them.
Yeah.
His clothes torn and with grazes to his chin and thighs. Oh my. He claimed he had encountered a flying dome which tried to pull him aboard. Due to his injuries, the police recorded the matter as a common assault, and the incident is popularly promoted as the only example of an alien sighting becoming the subject of a criminal investigation.
Huh. How the fuck do you do that? And also, what the hell is an uncommon assault at that point? It says a common assault, but is there a rare assault?
I'm not really an expert in law enforcement and all that stuff.
I know, but it's just like... It's like, what
I mean, I guess they just assumed it's probably not aliens, like maybe someone beat them up, I don't know.
Yeah, if fucking somebody gets taken down with a bolo wrap, that's a legendary assault.
I think we're going to have to wrap that one up.
Really? That's it?
No.
Okay.
So...
Oh, I got the joke, yeah. It took me a second.
So, Taylor's story. According to Taylor, a forester worker for the Livingstone Development Corporation on 9 November 1997. 1979.
9 November. I like the way you think, kid.
On the 9th of November 1979, he parked his pickup truck. Oh, he's picking up chicks.
Doesn't sound very Scottish.
He parked his pickup truck at the side of a road near the M8 motorway and walked along a forest path up the side of Dekmont Law with his dog.
This sounds like a fucking fairy tale.
Anyways, Taylor reported seeing what he described as a flying dome or a large circular sphere, approximately 7 yards, 6.4 meters, 21 feet in diameter, hovering above the forest floor. Floor? You mean ground? That's what they wrote.
It's
In a clearing about 530 yards, 1,590 feet, 480 meters away from his truck.
You sound like a second grader trying to explain a math problem to the teacher. Teacher, there's 150 feet of scout wood, inches
Do you want to take over?
what? I can't. Your phone's plugged in.
It can reach.
I fuck it. You know what? I'll take over. I'll
No.
take over. Okay. Big man, little man doesn't want me to read.
Taylor described the object as a dark metallic material with a rough texture, like sandpaper,
So
featuring an outer rim set with small propellers. Taylor claims he experienced a foul odor. A foul odor.
a foul.
Like burning brakes, and that smaller spheres similar to sea mines had seized him and were dragging him in the direction of the larger object. When he lost consciousness, according to Taylor, he later awoke and the objects were gone. But he could not start his truck, so he walked back to his home in Livingstone.
He didn't bother calling anybody? Oh, wait, 1960s. Never mind. I was about to say. Okay.
So you want to comment on that?
That's the whole story? That's it?
No, we'll get into more.
Okay, so first of all, I'm noticing a thing about the police. They really do not like the aliens. I mean, this might be a way to just cover up things, saying, "Oh, that's bullshit," or because this was the 1960s where they were more secretive about this.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Unlike 2023,
I mean, they didn't
which
they.
everyone's talking about this stuff now.
Yeah. So I'm noticing that.
We don't want the Russians knowing that we have UFO tech.
Of course. It talks about the same metallic thing from like the material from the last story, which is so they do have a connection. Like it does make me realize it's not as nonfiction as most people would. Fucking officer. And still wondering what the fuck a common assault is.
Alien assault is just a common occurrence.
I mean, obviously he said it was something else, but he got pretty wounded. Like he's not like he's not bleeding like the one guy, but he fucking. It's like a few cuts and scrapes. I guess that could be a knife. I guess shouldn't you scan him for radio?
And his pants were ripped too.
Well, those Scottish women are like men. Unlike the American women that are like men, or the men that are. I don't fucking know.
Okay, moving on to the police investigation. Taylor's wife reported that when he arrived home on foot, he appeared disheveled and muddy with torn clothing and ripped trousers. His wife called the police and a doctor. Oh shit!
I thought the wife was gonna be like, "Were you hanging out with that Betty bitch again?"
No, honey, I was screwing an alien. Arrived home.
So far, there's no stories about any man's ass being wide.
His wife called the police, and a doctor who treated him for grazes to his chin.
The guy from the show?
I don't know.
Doctor Who?
Shut up.
Took you a minute to catch on.
I was actually going to say that joke.
I ruined it. I haven't even seen the show, so I don't care, but...
And thighs. Police accompanied Taylor to the site where he claimed he received his injuries. They found ladder-shaped marks in the ground where Taylor said he saw the large spherical object, and other marks that Taylor said were made by the smaller mine-like objects. Police recorded the matter as a criminal assault.
Okay. So it's like once again. So it's the same thing. So his wife came in, reported. No big details here. Just repeat.
Now, on here, it doesn't really go on to mention any more details with the police investigation, but I did hear some more details with the police investigation from other sources
Okay.
that say they tried to figure out how his jeans were ripped,
Okay.
and they couldn't replicate it. The way they were torn was done in such a specific way
Well, there goes
that they couldn't figure out how that would either happen naturally or even just by assault.
Well, there goes my theory. My theory was, what color was the officer?
Chinese.
Of course. Fucking Mongolians.
What if it was just the officers that did this?
So it's just like they beat him up. I didn't see anything, officer. Must have been aliens. Yeah, you better fucking... Yeah, aliens. We'll just say someone else assaulted you, right? Yeah, officer...
Officer
Balls! Who did it? Seymour Bids?
Okay, now moving on to what ufologists have to say about this. And for some reason, Wikipedia doesn't have a whole lot on this.
Hey, you said it was a short story.
The story drew attention from ufologists who erected a plaque on the site of the alleged encounter, and Taylor became notable among UFO enthusiasts for being involved in the only UFO sighting that was subject to a criminal investigation. Ufologists and author Malcolm Robinson accepts Taylor's story, saying he believes it could be one of the few genuine cases of a UFO encounter.
Okay. So
that's about it for that part. Now this will be the final part we read on here.
Yeah, after that, then I'll comment.
The skeptical reception. In 1979, the UFO skeptic Stuart Campbell visited the scene of the incident with the police. Campbell was convinced that a simple explanation would be found on his second visit to the site. He stated that he had observed some PVC pipes in an adjoining field. He discovered that the local water authority had laid a cable duct within 100 meters of the clearing. He came to the conclusion that stacks of pipes might have been stored in the clearing.
I'm sorry.
And were responsible for the ground markings.
I'm laughing because every time you stop to take a breath or something, it sounds like you're eating a chocolate bar mid-sentence. Just like on the PCP pipe. I'm like, is this man chewing gum?
Anyways.
Yes. Yeah, get on.
Patricia Hannaford, founder of the Edinburgh University UFO Research Society,
I thought you said
and a qualified physician, advised Campbell on medical aspects of the case. She suggested that Taylor's collapse was an isolated attack of temporal lobe epilepsy, and the fit explained the objects as hallucinations. Symptoms such as Taylor's previous meningitis, his report of a strong smell which nobody else could detect, his headache, dry throat, paralysis of his legs, and period of unconsciousness suggested this cause. Sleeve Donnelly,
Sleeve Donnelly?
Sleeved. Wait, Steve Donnelly.
I was about to say, is this a woman or
Sleeve Donnelly.
Can the real Sleeve Donnelly stand up? No, because he's a sweater.
Mark Burger. Okay, so
what are these names? I know that this is like
okay,
not
I
an
made that
American.
last one up,
Mark
but,
Burger.
like Mark Zuckerberg,
Edward Fry.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh wait, that's might be.
Okay, so Steve Donnelly, Steve Donnelly, a physicist. Physicist.
Yeah.
And editor for The Skeptic, also considered the incident to be explained by an epileptic
Okay, epileptic.
attack. Campbell suggested
Cameras are rolling.
Taylor's attack might have been stimulated
Just
a mirage of Venus.
Just fucking Carl Denham.
So he just fucking looks at Venus for some reason.
I'm sorry, but just like fucking Carl Denham from just King Kong is just filming this. This story's gonna be fantastic, Jack. You're just fucking up.
Anyways, local businessman Phil Fenton, like Danny Fenton.
Yeah, I was about to say, is he related to Danny Fenton? Are you sure it's not Fenton?
Oh, Fenton.
Fenton?
I mean, that's still like the same as Danny Fenton.
Is he related to Danny's? I forgot the joke. I was gonna. Is he related? I don't know. Is he? Shut up.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue.
Is he related to fentanyl?
Okay. Well, local businessman Phil Fenton published a report in 2013 speculating that Taylor may have suffered a mini stroke and been exposed to harmful chemicals which left him confused and disoriented, and that the UFO he believes he saw could have been a saucer-shaped water tower nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it for this article.
Okay.
So, there's not really anything after.
So the re-phase. So people are saying that he tripped on some of them chemicals and saw a water tower. I mean, yeah, I guess this, if you see the top of a water tower, and you're tripping balls, I guess you could assume. I never tripped before, so, and I probably never will be. Hashtag life is high for life. I was about to anyway. I'm not drunk, but yeah. So this one, at least, I'm not gonna lie, the last one felt a lot more believable because the injuries made more sense. But when you put chemicals around, or is it very specific about what the chemicals are?
It didn't mention specifics as far as I'm aware.
They always forget the detailed information. Okay.
I mean, it mentioned a water tower nearby, but it didn't really mention.
How far though? He was walking on a path, right? Wouldn't there be like a forest trees around?
Also, they mentioned that there were tracks in the area.
Right.
Like things were moving around.
Huh. I guess this is somewhat believable. I mean, I don't know. This one's a 50-50. Because when I don't know, you gotta give him credit. Like, I don't know. I guess wouldn't have everyone else seen like a saucer if that was the case? It would have made a noise.
Well, earlier I think they mentioned that there was some type of noise.
Okay, then it's 99.99% real. With a 99.99% of error. Anyway.
All right, so I think we need to cut here and just take a small break.
Okay. AKA, what he's saying is he needs to look up the next story real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember, guys, we're professionally unprofessional.
We're not fucking professional. I'm a drunk. You're just a nerd. And yeah. we're not professional, guys. Be right back, obviously. Why do I even say it? We could just say all right, do a cut, and then say all right, next story. Anyway, you get the point.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are on to story 3 now.
Yep. We think this might be the longest out of the other two, so.
So this is going to be the last story for today's episode.
Yep.
We might be doing a part 2, though, for some other stories involving aliens.
Okay. I feel like this whole channel is about aliens still, if I'm being honest.
Well, after this story, you're probably not going to want it to be.
Okay.
Or maybe you will if you're into that shit.
What? Okay.
So this story is the story of Antonio Velez Boas.
A more normal name, yeah.
But is it a geranormal name?
That's just a theory. A game theory.
Antonio Velez Boas, 1934 to 1991, was a Brazilian farmer, later a lawyer, who claimed to have been abducted by extraterrestrials. In 1957, though similar stories had circulated for years beforehand, Boas' claims were among the first alien abduction stories to receive wide attention.
Mm-hmm.
Some skeptics today consider the abduction story to be little more than a hoax, although Boas, nonetheless, reportedly stuck to his encounter throughout his life.
Okay. Need a cough drop?
I'm fine.
Okay. Wow, this really settled down for the first story.
So, it just ends it there. Just plays Ocean Man.
Yeah. Oh, I would make that the credits if I could. Yeah.
Okay, so Velez Boas' story. At the time of his alleged abduction, Antonio Velez Boas was a 23-year-old. Oh wait, I'm 23.
Uh-huh. Wait, well, this was 1991, so.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You still got a chance.
Was 23-year-old Brazilian farmer who was working at night to avoid the hot temperatures of the day. On October 15th, 1957, he was plowing fields near São Francisco de Sales.
Oh, wait, this is a dude. Never mind, don't fuck him.
When he saw what he described as a red star in the night sky, according to his story, this star approached his position, growing in size until it became recognizable as a roughly circular or egg-shaped aerial craft.
So I guess you could say it grew 3 times the size that day. You know, Grinch reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
What is it?
With a red light at its front and a rotating cupola on top, the craft began descending to land in the field, extending 3 legs as it did so. So at that point, Boas decided to run from the scene. According to Boas, he first attempted to leave this scene on his tractor, but when its lights and engine died after traveling only a short distance, he decided to continue on foot. However, he was seized by a 5-foot-tall humanoid who was wearing gray overalls and a helmet
What?
Its eyes were small and blue, and instead of speech, it made noises like barks or yelps. 3 similar beings then joined, the first in subduing Boas, and they dragged him inside their craft.
I'm sorry, did you say subdue?
Subdued, yeah. Subduing, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said subduced, like, like...
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Fucking... You know what the worst part is? Overall, this was in the 90s. Overalls was the main thing for gay porn back then. You can, I like that nice farmer cock. Why don't you join me and Randy in the bedroom? I'll show you what a 10-foot is. 10-inch.
All right, I'm going to continue.
Meet me in the weird stonk. Okay, go ahead.
Once inside the craft, Boas said that he was stripped of his clothes and covered from head to toe with a strange gel.
Ew.
He was then led into a large semicircular room through a doorway that had strange red symbols written over it. Boas claimed that he was able to memorize these symbols and later reproduce them for investigators. In this room, the beings took samples of Boas' blood from his chin. After this, he was then taken to a third room and left alone for around half an hour. During this time, some kind of gas was pumped into the room, which made Boas become violently ill. Shortly after this, Boas claimed that he was joined in the room by another humanoid. This one, however, was female.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I know where the fuck this is going.
Very attractive and naked. She was the same height as the other beings he had encountered, with a small pointed chin and large blue cat-like eyes. The hair on her head was long and white, somewhat like platinum blonde.
Platinum blonde?
Yes, that's a thing.
I never heard of that.
Never heard of that?
No.
Platinum blonde is like white blonde.
That's hot.
You know, like the very, very blonde? Like very light blonde?
Are we talking like Karen blonde or like Valley Girl blonde?
Like almost white. You know what I mean? Like very blonde. Like, you know how there's dirty blonde?
Oh, like...
And there's like, not dirty blonde, and then there's platinum.
So, like
blonde.
middle-aged mom named Vanessa kind of blonde. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, cat-like eyes.
Get the good stuff.
Okay, platinum blonde, but her underarm and pubic hair were bright red. Oh, so the curtains did not match the drapes.
That's kinky ass bitch.
Boas said he was strongly attracted to the woman, and the two had sexual intercourse during this act. Boas noted that the female did not kiss him, but instead nipped him on the chin.
Huh.
Now remember, that's where they took the blood from.
Right.
So that's kind of weird.
That's hot.
When it was all over, the female smiled at Boas, rubbing her belly, and gestured upwards. Boas took this to mean that she was going to raise their child in space. The female seemed relieved that their task was over, and Boas himself said that he felt angered by the situation because he felt as though he had been little more than a good stallion for the humanoids.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If that was the case of like getting raped in any situation and having your kid not even be like that, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. If that happened, I think I would shoot the wife and kill the kid. I mean, what? Don't worry. It's an abortion. Don't worry.
All right, I'll just read a little bit more of this and take a break.
Okay.
Boas said that he was then given back his clothing and taken on a tour of the ship by the humanoids. During this tour, he said that he attempted to take a clock-like device as proof of his encounter, but was caught by the humanoids and prevented from doing so. He was then escorted off the ship and watched as it took off, glowing brightly. When Boas returned home, he discovered that 4 hours had passed. He later became a lawyer, married, and had 4 children. He stuck to the story of his alleged abduction for his entire life, though some sources say he died in 1992. He died on January 17th, 1991.
I thought you were gonna say January 6th.
Okay, so that was interesting.
Huh.
So
what I can understand, alien raped him. Surprised, tried to take thing as proof. Couldn't. Got married and he said, fuck it, I'll just have more human kids than the aliens. Fuck you. And so he did that. Unless aliens work in a different way.
one thing that's kind of funny to think about is what if he just turned her down? Like,
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I personally would have done that. I know it was probably somewhat gas, but I would have been like, no. Just no. Look, I don't want. Look, I know what I said earlier, but I don't want to meet you in the weird stunk.
what if saying no to her turned her on more?
Well, that sounds like American women in general, so maybe she's American.
Yeah, white hair and shit.
The white hair I can dig. The red pits, I'll come back to you. Definitely come back. Or I'll be coming on them, or depending on how this goes. I was going to ask, so was there actual humanoid intercourse, or was it just the nipping of the chin?
I'm pretty sure they fucked.
Right. But was it like anal? Was it like, was it...
I mean, she apparently got pregnant.
That can't happen that fast.
No. Well, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
like, she wasn't pregnant right away.
Right.
But she seemed to indicate that whatever they did would have gotten her pregnant.
Fucking...
Because she pointed to her belly and whatever.
Is that why he died in 1992 or something? She came back with the child. Oh, I'm dead. I can't pay child support. Wow. Good for him. How old? He was 23.
Yeah.
Nice.
I gotta find that farm now.
Yeah, what's the farm called?
I don't know. I'm too lazy to look all the way up.
Well, the future's looking bright.
Okay, we're going there and then we're leaving Earth.
Yes. What if that was the case? He would have went with them, but he took the clock, and then took the device, ruining his opportunity. The girl gets aborted right after. This specimen is not up to date.
And he said they didn't talk English or anything. They almost sounded like they made animal noises.
That's even hotter. I mean, what?
Ruff, ruff.
Talk to me like one of my sheeps. What the fuck?
She just gives him the puppy dog eyes.
But it had cat eye. That is, I'm getting a stiffy.
Okay, let's look at the skeptical thing to destroy our fantasy.
Fine. Let me look up there's got to be some weird fan-made porn of this on.
I think it already is porn.
I mean, yeah, they're probably, it's not worth it.
Okay, so investigation.
Turned out to be an inbred Oompa Loompa.
Following this alleged event, Boas claimed to have suffered from nausea and weakness, as well as headaches and lesions on the skin, which appeared without any kind of light bruising. Eventually, he contacted journalist Jose Martins, who had placed an ad in a newspaper looking for people who had had experiences with UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
Upon hearing Boas' story, Martins contacted Diavo Fuentes of the National School of Medicine of Brazil.
Yeah.
Fuentes was also in contact with the American UFO Research Group,
Danny DeVito.
APRD.
I mean,
Oh, wait. APRO. Fuentes examined the farmer and concluded that he had been exposed to a large dose of radiation from some source and was now suffering from mild radiation sickness. Writer Terry Melanson states,
Yeah.
among Boas' symptoms were pains throughout the body, nausea, headaches, loss of appetite,
Horniness.
ceaselessly burning sensations in the eyes.
Hey, man, when you got a nut, you got a nut. Sometimes it hits your eyes and you just can't do anything about it. So much for trying to bring the funny tension up. Okay.
What the hell does this word say?
What?
Cutinous lesions?
Cutiness?
Look at that.
What do I was... I'm reading for my man here. What do we got here? I must find the word on the page. Radiation. Protuberant. Am I reading too far? Bruising. It doesn't matter. Where did you even see this word? I'm scrolling trying to find it.
Word pains. We might have to cut here or something.
No, we're not.
God damn it! Did you move it too much?
I was horny.
Which?
The point is. Oh, so just the point.
Oh, here.
Okay.
This word. See that?
Oh, I see it. Okay, cutination, cutinatish. I don't know. It's a word. That's all you need to know.
Cutinous lesions, some type of lesions. That's all it is. At the slightest of light bruising, which went on appearing for months, looking like small reddish nodules, harder than the skin around them.
I'll say that word one more time. Harder. Yeah.
And protuberant, painful when touched, each with a small central orifice, yielding a yellowish, thin, waterish discharge. The skin surrounding the wounds presented a hyperchromatic, violet, linged area.
These words are too complicated.
I feel like I'm reading a VR bio of someone who thinks they know English better than anyone else.
God damn it.
Like the mitochondrial powerhouse of the cell.
They do say that, though.
Anyways, according to researcher Peter Rogerson, the story first came to light in February 1958, and the earliest definite print reference to Boas' story was from the April-June 1962 issue of the Brazilian UFO Panoptical. Panoptical?
I'm just going to let you just figure out your words.
SBESDV. Bulletin Roger.
Just read, damn it. Just Roger D. P. Sickle.
Rogerson notes that the story had definitely circulated between 1958 and 1962 and was probably recorded in print, but that details are uncertain. Boas was able to recall every detail of his purported experience without the need for hypnotic regression. Further Boas experiences occurred in 1957, which was still several years before the famous Hill abduction, which made the concept of alien abduction famous and opened the door to many others' reports of similar experiences. Researcher Peter Rogerson, however, debates the veracity of Boas' story. He notes that several months before Boas first related his claims, a similar story was printed in the November 1957 issue of the Periodical O Cruzeiro and suggested that Boas borrowed details of this earlier account, along with elements of the contactee stories of George Adamski Rogerson, who argues one reason why the Boas story gained credibility was the prejudiced assumption that any farmer in the Brazilian interior had to be an illiterate peasant who couldn't make this up, as Eddie Bullard pointed out to me. The fact that Villas Boas family possessed a tractor put them well above the present class. We now know that AVB was a determinedly upwardly mobile young man studying a correspondence.
Man, you speaking like a real ghetto, man. You speak like one of them ghetto bloods, you know what I mean? Yeah. You speak real fresh, man.
Sorry, my French is terrible. Course, and eventually becoming a lawyer, at which news the ufologists who had considered him too much the rural simpleton to have made the story up now argued that he was too respectable.
Man, he a real gangster.
And Borgios to have done so. Okay, we're done. We're fucking done.
What is? Yeah. What is this story? Man, he a real one. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got the fucking.
So, what are your thoughts on the story?
I just came here for the sex. I wasn't even paying attention to that last part that much. It was just
the fucking.
All I know is
House of the Sill.
I just know he was a peasant. He alien came up, seduced him, fucked him, showed him around. He took some. They left him. Alien baby. Woohoo!
She was definitely an escort.
Yeah, probably. Fucking. Years later, fucking gets printed. You know. He becomes a lawyer, big man, gets married, has 4 kids, and now he's respectable. Bro went from a peasant to a fucking gangster. You know, he like I said, he's a real one, you know what I'm saying? Shit, man. I don't know why I'm doing the ghetto thing. You know, he come one of them lawyers, gonna come one of them pop G's, you know, he is man fucking alien.
Okay, well, it looks like we're probably going to end it here. So, thank you everyone for joining and listening to us ramble.
But before we go...
Be so good at reading.
What? Yeah, before we go, first of all, wonderful reading, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
10 on 10. So we technically made a Discord, a server,
Yeah.
and I might put it in the link of the video. Obviously asking permission from the quote unquote host of the channel.
Yes, you may link the Discord.
Okay. Also, please do not take it seriously if you do. We have dumb things which please don't take seriously. Some you can, some you can't. Just please be able to spot the joke. And with that,
Also, please make sure to like, subscribe,
comment.
tell your friends, comment. Yeah.
Don't tell your friends though. They have
Tell someone.
Tell them it's an emergency, and you should only tell a cop that doesn't believe in aliens. And with that,
And yeah, we might be doing a part 2 and maybe even a part 3.
yeah, let's try not to. I mean, it's probably gonna happen. Let's try not to make free week old uploads. I get it. Like me and who am I kidding? I'm busy, but we'll keep trying to do better.
And before we go, we have to say happy holidays
Fuck you. Go fucking
to
alien.
everyone.
Go fuck a xenomorph.
Okay, look, let me put it this way. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Happy Canada Day.
If you celebrate something else, like Jewish,
The Americans
Hanukkah or
killed my
something.
native people. Get the fuck out of here.
then happy holidays.
Yeah,
And if you don't celebrate anything, then go piss on a cat.
to sum it up that's his version, but for me it's if you believe in anything else, go fuck yourself and stay out of America if that's the case. If you celebrate any of the other things and don't respect the other, just get out of here. We will respect yours if you respect ours. So that is it.
And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening,
And good night.
Salutations.
Yep, bye everyone.